I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got it. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough Cause time. I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping.
Ooh, damn, that's such a good song. Such a good song. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us back for another episode. We told you we were coming, and we're here. With that being said, first and foremost, I'll say it after. Boop, I am your man, K Marvel.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy QS.
The worst. Y'all
don't do that.
Like,
don't do
that. that like actually like listen, who don't like actually watch this. They're listening.
Don't do that with the intro.
Terrible.
Like the minstrel soul shit.
Everybody who's listening, sorry. There's been a long-winded joke. If you want to understand,
I'm here. Change the name, sir.
Okay.
By the way, we here.
And with that being said, we are your four corners of commentary. Pow, 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 pow. Oh man, this is why we can't have nice things. Anyways, first and foremost, Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a safe New Year, fun New Year, or just a relaxing one. Because you know what? We getting older. And I don't know about y'all, but clubs, no longer my thing. That being said, we got a lot of things to cover. First and foremost, gentlemen, how y'all feeling?
Sore. Sore for the new year. Just started a new workout split. So lost weight, right, over the last year. Lost about 45 pounds. And
45.
45 pounds over the last year. Hard work, diet, and exercise.
I have it.
Right. I do have eaten. Yes. But now I'm getting into just spot training. So work out certain body parts rather than full body every day. So yesterday was chest, shoulders, and triceps. So I'm pretty sure sore in my upper body. So I'm trying to tighten everything up for the year. That's my New Year's resolution. Get in the gym and start to make it look good.
Right. You had to lose the weight first. Now it's about toning.
Yes. Now we're toning and spot training.
Okay. Q, what's good, bro?
Ain't much. Just honestly, just working. Getting fully pretty much back to 100% with my foot. Still doing physical therapy for it. Got about like another month left of it, and I'm already back. I'm good as new. I'm just taking it one day at a time. Doing my thing.
Gotcha.
Ain't much going on.
Hey, it is what it is. Got to take it one day at a time, right? So you get that. Strike, what's up with you, bro?
Hungry, but I'm here.
You didn't get nothing beforehand?
It's right
here. What? I'm confused.
My food is right here.
I'm just saying. Just ask.
I would have politely snack, but I'm here. What's up? I got home late, so I'm just, getting myself together. But
I hear that.
Okay.
I hear that. Well, look, ladies and germs, once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate y'all so much. First and foremost, there is a lot of things going on in the world today. So figure we're going to go ahead, have fun.
Well, my life may be okay, but you know whose life is not okay? Apparently, all these comedians got their panties in a bunch this week, or for the past 2 weeks, I should say. So
Tell them why.
I mean, did Cat Williams ruffle some feathers this week, this month? Are we starting 2024 out with some fire? Is Cat Williams bitter, or is he a truth teller?
Is he
What
a
do y'all
truth
think?
teller? Let us know.
I mean, I know this is like everybody wants like the Cat Williams shit to like wrap up. It's probably gonna wrap up by the end of this week. We're gonna get tired of hearing about it. Obviously, you can't. The thing about Cat Williams, everything that he was saying in that interview, it's not something that he hasn't been saying for years. He really pretty much was on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shannon. It's pretty much just responding back to all the banter that's always been said about him for years. They always want to call him a drug addict. Only thing the man's only smoked was weed. They would always tell him they always want to say that he's always in prison. He's been arrested 19 times, zero convictions. It's actual facts. He pretty much went and said that Steve Harvey has a toupee. That's an actual fact. I mean, for years we always thought that flat top was crisp. Turns out he was wearing a man.
You're right. We always knew that.
He's wore a man unit. We always knew it's just like, oh wow, he knows him. I mean, I think it's just there there some things that he was saying that was a little bit exaggerated. I mean, yeah, you could agree. You could say that. Like Cowboy was running a 40-yard dash. Come on now. That's a little exaggerated. We're pretty convinced
I'm honestly going to tell you there is footage of the man running a 40-yard.
I mean,
that's not okay.
So
pick me, please.
I mean, I mean, we've seen it in Atlanta. He did run that 40-yard dash in Atlanta too. So I don't know. Like,
wait, hold on. But we didn't watch the phone the whole time.
I mean, he was running that. He did run that 40-yard dash when he was running from Damon in Friday After Next. I'm just saying.
What happened, Stretch?
I can give a good thing.
So he's fast. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's fast. And that's a pretty impressive time for somebody of his age, and he's fast and everything. I'm not going to take that away from him. Here's the flaw that everybody is not talking about, or I've never seen anybody mention, at least on my feeds or anything like that yet. I'm going to ask y'all this. What is the difference between a basketball court and a football field?
Oh, my God.
The length, yeah.
No. A basketball court is 30 some on yards. It's 33.1 yards, right? It's nowhere near as big as a football field. A basketball court is nowhere near 40 yards.
Right.
With that said, he runs a pretty impressive 30-yard dash. That's not a 40. It's not a 40. And I'm not even trying to sound like I'm hating by saying that, but it's not a 40-yard dash.
It is impressive. He could run. He could
run. I'm not taking that away from him. But are we really going to believe that this man is the fastest motherfucker in the NFL? Honestly,
no.
Honestly,
that's
40, and nobody's called him up for an athletic contract of some sort.
Yeah.
4.340, really?
He's good for his age, but he is good for his age. It's good. He's a good runner for his age.
He's fast if he need to get away from a big black bodybuilder that's trying to fuck him. He's fast for that. But he's not athletic fast. Like, he's not no athlete.
But there's a couple. But again, there's still a couple of things that you can kind of agree with. I mean, do I agree with him saying that? Do I agree with him saying that Kevin Hart is a plant? I won't. Kevin Hart's not a plant, because everyone that may have followed Kevin Hart in his early skits, the I'm a grown little man, the seriously funny, even you could even put Laugh at My Pain up there. If you, even before that, if you followed his early years, he did put in the work. So it's I can't really say that he's a plant. I
You
just
mean
say
the
maybe.
same Kevin Hart that had his wife write his material for him? Are you sure?
I'm not taking that away from it too. Like Tori definitely did. She helped in his early career. Like, and there's no love lost in that. Like, though she helped him out his career, and he
Plus, ain't nothing wrong with it.
And he definitely and he wrote it in his book saying like if it wasn't for her, he wouldn't be where he is. Those are all the things that can be true. But I just think there's really just between Kevin and Kat, those two just hate each other. So they're never gonna be able to be on like the same wavelength.
Right.
Do I believe that Cedric the Entertainer probably stole the joke from Cat Williams and like you it was like kind of like altered it a little bit? I mean, he gave a valid claim. It's valid. Do I believe that Ricky Smiley was supposed to be Money Mike first? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He may have tried out for the role.
The fact that even Ice Cube came out and kind of confirmed it, and then also made like even Ricky Smiley was over here giving his testimony and was kind of over here crying in the background. It kind of just be like everybody that responded to Cat Williams, y'all haven't outwardly just go and say that Cat Williams is a liar. Y'all,
Exactly.
everyone who responded, every last one of y'all that responded, y'all basically just went and basically said, "Oh, this motherfucker's telling the truth." That's how I got it. I got it. So he's telling the truth,
Right?
Because none of y'all can say many things about Cat. You may say the Cat could be a little whack job sometimes. You may say Cat be on some bullshit, but one thing you can't say about Cat Williams, he's not a liar. The nigga does not lie. He's not lying. He's telling his truth. He's telling his truth. This is
At least not that we know of.
I mean, this is the truth that he's telling. He even told, Shannon Sharp, he ain't speaking on this shit again. You saw it again when another interviewer was trying to get the same shit out of him. He wasn't answering it. He wasn't answering it. He already said what he had to say already. He's not repeating it.
Right.
What he had to say.
I will add on. He did do an interview with Willie D that I did.
Yeah,
watch.
he did it with that's the one I'm talking about. He did it with Willie D, and Willie D was trying to get the same thing out of him. He's just like, no, I wish everybody the best.
Right.
One thing with Cat, he's strategic. He already knows. He's like, look, I already said what I needed to say. Everybody's panties is in a bunch, and now everybody want to sit here and talk about me and give testimonies, even the ones that he wasn't even talking to. Ari Spears is talking, like
Yeah, he got who was the one? Not Ricky Smiley. Yo, nah, when Mike Epps came out, he was like, he didn't even talk about me. I feel some kind of way.
Yeah,
That
he was gonna say he was like, Cat, I'm just hating. I just felt the way he wasn't talking about me. I just felt the way. Like it's just like, oh, see,
I'm sorry. I'm just going my 2 cents about this one thing we already brought up. So number one is the simple fact that when it comes to jokes, I feel like okay, do people see things and change it to not plagiarize essentially something like that? Yes. Do I think that there are tiny things that could be possible where they could be similar jokes also? Absolutely. I mean, it's not my thing is, and I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying in general, right? Let's say the four of us come on the show and we decide to talk about the Bloodline storyline, right? Is another podcast going to go, hey, they brought up the same topic but said it differently than what we did? You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, and I guess that could be from simply working at a comedy club and then hanging out with comedians and kind of being able to learn different stories and different times and just in general, it just so happens that that's just what it is, because we can all have conversations with each other and say the same thing but in a different way, so I don't know. I just think that is a possibility. I don't know what's true and what's not. I have no clue. Not my Steves. I have no idea.
I feel like I think a lot of the things that Cat said was true. I think Cat really he's just tired. He just had enough. I say it again. Anytime when someone comes off telling their truth, the only thing people are gonna always say is that you're a hater, that you're bitter. It's always just, especially when you've been quiet for so long. But I also believe that you could give a shout out to the fact that he really was on there also defending Bernie Mac against all these so-called comedy, because a lot of the times what turned out to be true is that these motherfuckers really was hating on Bernie from jump. So you can't. So that's one thing I would say I give props to Cat Williams on. Just like he gave props on motherfuckers like sort of off. Like as soon as Bernie came on, everybody was laughing at Bernie the most. You could go back and watch comedy, and it's right there. The proof is right there. Bernie,
Bernie by far was the best one in the whole movie. Yeah. Like that's just a fact. Oh man.
I mean, obviously, Steve Harvey had to go on last because it's his show. Obviously, you're the main act. But let's not sit here and act like the main act wasn't really motherfucking Bernie Mac.
But here's the thing too, right? When you really look at it, not the fact that he was the last one, but he was playing MC for the whole thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, all right, he had these increments of time.
Yeah, playing this MC with a man unit this whole for all these decades, just playing with a man unit. He made everybody believe that he had the perfect flat top the whole time. That man was lying just like the rest of us, just lying.
Can you imagine if Kid had a fake flat top?
Oh, my heart would be broken if that.
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
A fake flat top all these fucking years, man. That's just crazy. That's just crazy to me. I'm just saying, like the fact that Cat really revealed man's had a man unit, and then I mean, now do I also believe that Cat was gonna actually like pop Cedric Entertainer's stomach? All right, bro. Like this, let's relax. Like I ain't gonna believe that one now. But like I said, I feel like Cat. He said what he had to say. He's not gonna speak on it anymore. He's done. He's good. He's over.
He gave his brothers some fame. He gave the brothers Shannon Sharp, a controversial episode, and he started the year off right.
It's his highest viewed episode still, like to date. Like I think it's over 37 million views.
It's gonna be higher by the end of the month. Trust me.
Yeah. That's a good turnaround. But now let's see if the rest of these comedians are gonna show up on Club Shay Shay and try to like give a retort, or they're gonna give a rebuttal. We're gonna be over it.
The beautiful thing is that although it's the highest rated episode, it's just gonna keep getting views. It's just gonna keep going. And he really set the tone. Like this year is supposed to be the year of truth, supposedly. So we'll see what's happening. Like there's a lot of stuff unraveling. We have a further topic later on that unraveled too, that we didn't think was coming out, and it just randomly happened to come out. So you're on mute, brother.
With that being said, I got it. With that being said, let's jump to some of the comments. Squishy.
What's
up?
I'm in the
hey,
chat.
fam, just dropping by to say what's up. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and the family. Yeah. So congrats to Squish for having a baby to Squish and Tone. And so happy for you. Baby Squish. So congratulations, sis. We're so happy for you, honestly. We're happy for the both of you. Definitely gonna hit you up since I got a little free time. Come up and see you guys and and all that jazz. Squish also said Cat Williams is a truth teller and he ain't gonna be alive for long if he keeps it up. Seriously.
I mean, always remember what he did to Wanda Smith in that interview. When he humbled her when she thought she could like go toe to toe with him, and he gave her a masterclass performance.
True.
Yep.
True. Tiff, what's up, love? Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, her husband had to go and pull up to this comedy show later with a gun on him, like
dead ass.
I'm just saying, you start telling the truth, everything goes left.
Tiff said, "Fucking Club Shay Shay." Damn it. Also, I guess that's a good segue. If you look under my name, it says Two Laughing Heart Podcasts out now. That is Tiff and Gab. Brand new podcast. It just dropped yesterday was their first episode. So right now, I believe you can go to Spotify, type in Two Laughing Hearts, and go check out the first episode. It's really good. Squish said, "Hey, y'all. Thank you." And the baby's name is Zion Ali. Good name. Good name. He
How?
said he cooked Wanda. Facts. Super facts. And I guess she's, happy because she's getting that shout out. So with that being said, let's jump on to the next topic. Let's cover a little bit of wrestling. Boom. Let's go to New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 18.
Woo!
Amazing night. We have a new heavyweight champion by Naito. They gave him the Drew McIntyre treatment, as in he won in front of the crowd, because I believe when he did win the World Heavyweight Championship, they couldn't make noise. Yeah, they couldn't make sounds. So, sorry. So shout out to him. We had Ospreay in an amazing triple threat match for the New Japan Global Championship. It was him, Finlay, and Jon Moxley. Finlay came out with the win as he really solidifies himself as the leader of Bullet Club now. And the only thing about this championship, and I know a lot of people are doing the questioning of, hey, well, you have the World Heavyweight Championship. What's up with the Global Championship? So essentially, the World Heavyweight Championship is defended at home. The Global Championship is defended everywhere else around the world. So we just have to see where this goes. It is a pretty title, in my opinion.
Looks like the old IWGP belt.
It's a mix. It looks like a mix of a few. Yeah. So that was really good. We have new tag champs as the new GOD, which is El Fantasma and Hikuleo. Also, same faction. Tama Tonga won back the Never Openweight Championship. Bryan Danielson and Okada in an unforgettable match for the ages at Wrestle Kingdom. Okada came on top. So I believe in singles matches, they're 1-1. Bryan won home and Okada won home.
Did they fight again?
That was a tag match.
Oh, okay. So that doesn't count. Okay.
Yeah.
So the rubber match definitely has to come soon.
Yeah, it has to happen. The question is, how do you put it on fair ground? You know what I mean? You do it in England.
All in.
Because they wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do it in the States or somewhere else or Japan. You know what I'm saying? Try to find somewhere where there's like a medium where, look, because we know at the end of the day, both of them are going to be cheered like crazy.
Yeah.
So, but that was a really great match. What am I missing? The junior heavyweight championship match.
It was Desperado versus Hiromu Takahashi.
Yes, and Desperado finally beat with a clean win, which is the one thing that he was never able to have against him. And it being Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, man. Happy for Despy.
On the other side of that segue, we have the defector of the Desperado Suzuki lineage in Red Narita.
Yes.
And Evil facing, I believe it was, who was it? Shit, I forgot.
They faced
it was a
Shooter,
right?
Uda Shumino, right? And
Shooter Umino or
Shota Umino. Shota, yeah, there you go. Excuse me.
Umino.
And
the Rockstar.
Oh my God, why am I blanking out on his name right now? Hold on, Squish said, "Gotta run, love you. We love you, Squish."
It was Shooter and who?
Kaito.
And
and
Kaito Kinomiya.
Oh, that's right. That's
God.
right. I believe the women's title was defended.
No,
it's defending just now. It's defending this weekend actually.
Oh, okay, I apologize. I was incorrect.
Funny enough, you should mention that the women's strong title, right?
Is that the title? I thought it was the regular title.
Who has a regular title right now?
To be honest with you, I don't know.
Yeah, I have to go look it up.
I haven't been paying attention. I've been off.
But I know
For
the
a little
strong
bit.
women's title is definitely being
Julia,
defended
yeah.
this weekend. Yeah, Trisha Dora's facing her this weekend.
Yeah, man, I'm hyped. Trish is getting a lot of opportunities. She could be the very first ROH women's television champion. Possibility. I'm trying to think who else. I can't even think. But I pretty much said all of the bigger names, bigger matches. The junior heavyweight. Oh,
Mayu Iwatani is the current champion.
Yeah, there you go. The women. I'm sorry, not the women. The junior tag titles, which is what I'm trying to say.
Good match.
Was an amazing match. TJ. Why am I messing up his name right now?
TJP and Francesco.
Thank you.
Kira.
Thank you.
I forgot their tag name because it's been a while since I've been.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I'm really bad at it. But
first is who was it? Driller. Was it Driller? It wasn't Driller and the other person, right? I'm trying to remember.
The guys from Bullet Club War Dogs.
Yeah, it's Drilla and I forgot his name.
Tom Coughlin? No, that's not his name. Maybe it is. Either way, it was a good match. We sound very unprofessional.
It's been a while.
But no, it was a great card. Honestly, listen, Wrestle Kingdom is always an amazing card to watch. If you guys ever get the chance, you can just find it on programs, on websites. Or you can buy buy their streaming platform and do that.
There's a couple.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a couple things that we missed out on that does need to be mentioned.
There's a ton of things I missed.
We missed the debut of Nick Nemeth in
New
Japan.
Yes, Nick Nemeth,
formerly Dolph Ziggler.
He's
formerly
definitely he's definitely going. He's also going after David Finlay. He's going after.
He is. He's going after that global championship.
He pulled an amazing judge jump.
Oh yeah.
The table. That was
nuts.
Absolutely clean how he attacked that man. Also, how do we not mention El Presidente winning the New Japan TV title?
I wasn't a fan of that. I find it funny that the president is actually booking himself to be a champion. It's just like, oh wow. Okay. Maybe because
he's the president. I'm not sure if he's the booker though.
I think Guido.
I don't think he's booking him. Gato's still booking.
Gato's still booking, and that's just like, okay. But I just say that because I'm a big time Zack Sabre Jr. fan, so it's like I'm always gonna sit there and be biased to him. So it's just like to see him lose, I'm just like,
But you know what?
It makes a good feud though.
He made that television title one of the best defended titles in the company.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, I mean, you're talking about the ace of New Japan. Regardless of how old he is, the man is incredible.
He's still
you know what I mean?
It does add a lore to it because now I'm the president and I have the TV title. So now you're going to have extra eyes on me as the president and a champion. So it does work out story-wise. But I want to see where it goes. Like I love the fact that he's been there for so long.
Yeah.
And now he's a president. So he can tell you what the locker room feels. He can tell you what the media feels. He can tell you what the audience feels because he's been basically the John Cena of the company for so long.
Yeah. And folks, let's clarify this. John Cena is essentially the Tanahashi of WWE. Let's make sure that is clear.
Okay.
All right, because Tanahashi, and there's a really good. So I am currently trying to set up a wrestling round table. So when we get that, I got some really good questions for the table about Hall of Famers and people in that conversation. So he just know he'll be one of them for sure. We already know he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, I think there's no doubt about it. But no. Him winning the television title, which side note, I still think is the ugliest title in the industry right now.
You got to make it. You got to make it what it is. It is basically a very old time TV. So you know the little old square box
No,
TV?
absolutely. I get it. You know, you need the pliers to turn the channel.
Right.
I get it. But it doesn't mean that it's a pretty fucking title. It's still
Oh
an ugly
no,
ass
of
title.
course it's an ugly title. I just think I get it. I get what
No,
they're
no,
trying to do.
I get it. I understand. It doesn't mean it's nice. But anywho's, what's the other ones? Was that it? Was the
I am looking at the results. Oh Lord.
I don't really think too much else happened off the top of my head.
Okay. So they did a New Japan Rambo to
Yes,
determine who will challenge for the KOPW.
yes.
And it was a 4-person team, which is Great Okan, Taiji Ishimori,
Wow.
Toru Yano, which is not defending. Who was
No,
KOPW?
he's not defending. Actually, he lost.
He lost to Shingo, didn't he?
No.
Or is that like 2
as
years
in
ago?
the KO. I'm saying it wrong. The KOPW champion was actually thrown over the rope. So essentially, folks, how they do is that it begins as a battle royal, and then the last 4 in the ring have a match at New Year's Dash to determine who the KOPD champion is. New Year's Dash is the night after, or 2 nights after Wrestle Kingdom, where it essentially is the restart of New Japan. Essentially, that's if you know what WrestleMania is, you understand how that works. Same
Right.
concept. So anyways, so with that being said, Wrestle Kingdom was an amazing card. Definitely go back to see it. Real quick before, huh?
I was about to say, you still haven't talked about with Naito finally getting the moment.
Yeah, I did. I started with it.
Did you? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that where you got.
Oh, yeah, I led with it. But no, him finally getting the moment, which is essentially, like I said, what people were asking for when it comes to Drew McIntyre. That you get the crowd reaction, you get the love and adulation to be champion, or to reach the highest of heights. And he did that against his former, second in command, which is Sonata, who had officially the longest reign of the World Heavyweight Championship, specifically that title, I believe. And he did amazing with it. As a Sonata fan, I was just happy that he won the title.
Right.
But just to see where he is now when it comes to the Five Guys faction and all of that, like I'm really happy for him. He did an amazing job. Once again, I'm just really happy for Naito and the come back in and the fact that he Striker even posted it in the in our chat, in our personal chat. He was like the loudest de Japón, in history. So
yeah.
So look, man, we couldn't be any more happy.
Was it long? No, the longest roll call in history.
Longest or loudest?
I think it was longest because it was 6 members of the factional, or 6 or 7.
Oh, that's true. No, I think
and
6
also
now.
he finally
7.
And also he finally did it at the main event in the Tokyo.
Yeah.
So,
and how special that is. To compare him to somebody, Naito is, I'll say he's like the Randy Orton.
okay.
That's how I would put Naito. Okada is Roman Reigns. But you know what? That'll actually be a pretty good
comparing different companies.
Yeah.
Use a main company and then compare the champions to each other.
Right.
That'll work.
So there we go.
So what do you
Um,
think to Naito as the Randy Orton of New Japan?
What, him being the apex? Like are you calling him like the apex?
Right.
No, just well, or more so,
The
just his,
versatility?
yeah, the style, like style, as in
Naito is
he
the
can
thing
work with
about
anybody.
that's what I was really gonna go with. He can literally work with anybody, and he can make them. He'll make them look like a star, or he's always gonna make you believe in him to come out on top. It's
For
like
sure.
he's always the perfect anti-hero. He's always the anti-hero, no matter what.
Or
It's
underdog.
like
He
even
can
I wouldn't
play both.
I
I
wouldn't even say
wouldn't really
he's an
call him an
underdog.
underdog.
Not even want to call it
It depends on
underdog
who
because
he's wrestling.
let's even go. We can go even back to almost like 4 years ago when initially remember when he did beat Okada for those when he won the belt originally, not even when he beat Okada for the belts, when he won the IC version of that belt. He didn't give a shit about it. He was over here like, fuck these titles.
That
He's
was
just
before 4 years ago. Now,
yeah, even that was like that's what I'm saying. Like even before that, 4
he's
years ago,
tossing
like
that shit in the air.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's the attitude of Naito is like he's like the perfect person, like in his sense, to be just like he's just gonna be the toot of his own drum. He doesn't care about the system. But then at the same time, it's like coming back to now,
Was
coming
good,
to
Moses.
now, you see Naito is like, it's like, all right, you know what? I've matured enough. I'm here. Let me embrace the moment. Let me finally get my moment. And even for him do the roll call for the whole entire roll call of LIJ, it's just like it was an emotional moment. It was just like, and even when the camera panned and had him like laying down with the belt right next to him, it was just like I was like, oh man.
It's funny. Did you see his interview when he was talking about how how he was against the new title anyway, especially the look of it? So he said he might treat it how he treated the other titles, but it is different now because of how important the situation was when he won the title. So I'm excited. I'm really happy for him, man.
I just really still think
Do him for Halloween.
Not even just doing it for Halloween. I think it would just be dope to like it would have been a dope moment. I know this is, it's janky bullshit and we try to follow the storyline. I just wish that Daryl was there. Daryl needed to be there.
Oh, dude. If Daryl was there,
Daryl needed to be there, and that would have been perfect. I'm telling you, like when I saw Naito win, like I was literally like in the chat, I was typing the joy, like he fucking did it.
Yeah,
I was over here jumping all. I was literally, it was like 7 a.m, and I'm over here like flipping over my whole entire room.
Yep.
I couldn't even fucking enjoy it. I had to go to work.
So it's like to see him even do the roll call, I was tearing up, and then I was just like, if Daryl was just there, if he did, meet his untimely end. If Daryl was there, it would just be like, I'd have just been over there, been in a whole wad of emotions. I would have been crying. I would have been crying as a grown man. I'd be like, I'm just saying, man, it would have been a dope moment. It just would have been a dope moment. Daryl had to be there to see. He had to be there for that. But
yeah, for sure.
I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he finally got the belt again. He got it this time, and nobody's like taking that shit away from him.
All right, well let's switch to a different wrestling topic. So this was news to me when the gentleman, my partners on the podcast, put it up in the chat. But apparently, this current wrestler's music that she was using for New Japan, she was using for Stardom, she was using for the indie scene wherever she was going, apparently was off of streaming platforms. Metal Gear Solid ? Right here. Where could Mercedes Moné possibly be going? Formerly known as Sasha Banks. So the rumor right now, there's been a bunch of things going on. I'm gonna tell y'all, I believe personally that at this point we shouldn't believe any rumors, any hot takes, whatever the hell, because for a few reasons, and I'll jump to those few reasons after I make this statement. Number one, it was talks about her going back to the WWE, okay, which, still a possibility. I don't think it's outside of the realm. Now, let me say it like this. Triple H has changed the atmosphere of the WWE, of the backstage. of how things are ran and how important family is.
Mhm.
We see on social media, it seems like people are much happier. Seems like people are more free to do the things that they love, like streaming, like things things of the sort. So yes, Triple H and Nick Khan, and I'm pretty sure the locker room leaders and some other more higher ups that are still in the arenas and doing the house shows and things like that, the writers, whatever. I'm pretty sure that they are trying to build and continue to build a positive environment in the backstage area for the WWE, because walking on eggshells always sucks when you're working. It's just a fact.
Yep.
So, yes. And then they said things fell through. Who knows? Okay. Second thing. Recently, as in a couple days ago, they were saying that she was close to signing a contract with AEW. This is also after a few months saying that those contract negotiations fell through. Actually, that was just about a month ago. Once again, I think there is a possibility of her showing up at this point anywhere. Oh wow, that's crazy. Sorry. Super side note. Sorry, I'm getting messages. Yes, my dogs are barking. I know everybody can hear them. Excuse me. I think the only place that she probably won't go is something like an MLW, something like a now TNA. Stretches back. Excuse me, I apologize.
No, you good. You good. Not. All I gotta really say, Mercedes, are you coming to work or not? This is literally like my only take for this. Where it comes to now, Mercedes Moné. Are you coming to work or not? Like all of this back and forth. You're the trolling. You're showing the stories of you on a flight. You're showing the stories of all your past gears. You just showed a past story. You just literally showed a past story. You was just with Bailey at an event, high as a kite. We know y'all was high. We already know. You got another story of saying like your Royal Rumble gear of you with Sailor Moon.
I would pay to smoke with them.
Like you're saying,
That's
it's like
cool as hell.
Your best gear of all time is with you and Sailor Moon. At this point, yo, ma'am, are you coming to work or not? Like that's
I don't know. The kind of one was pretty on point.
That's literally it. Like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I just want her to show up anywhere so that way all the stands could just shut up. I'm so tired. Y'all we're all sitting here. Everybody's acting like they know her. They know her personally. Yes, all right. Obviously, I feel like it's at this point, whichever company is willing to give her the bigger bag, go ahead. If Triple H is still if they're still trying to sit here and work something out to get her at the Royal Rumble, great. If Tony's actually got it solidified and he's got the bag for her to make her show up, I guess at any of these Dynamite shows, or she's going to have her show up in March, great. Whichever one she goes to, just make sure she's getting paid. And that way we just know, okay, she's going to work. But I'm tired. I'm literally tired of, I really am tired of the back and forth. Everybody just going to keep trolling every single week, every single Dynamite. Y'all are going to keep trolling these fans, talking about, so is there a reason why? So what happened to her showing up tonight? What happened to her showing up today? What happened to showing up next week? Which one? At this point, it's just like, yo, you coming to work or not? Come to work. Just come to work so everybody can shut up. Everybody wants to see you. You're literally she is literally the hottest free agent out here right now. It's literally a priority now. Who is going to be the one to give the most money? That's all I really, and I honestly know what she's doing. She's playing the game. She's playing the game very well. She's just making sure it's just like, yo, she's gonna keep on trolling. She's gonna keep on putting it out there until it's penned to sign the paper to say how much they're gonna be able to give her and what they're gonna and what she's gonna get. I personally do believe, and I do believe it's not to say that Tony has more money. He could just give her whatever she wants. I think also Triple H and Nick Khan could give her whatever she wants. They have Endeavor. It's whatever they want. I mean, yeah. If I think it would also be a good deal. It is a good deal regardless to have Mercedes on any of these companies because hello, she also has the Mandalorian. You have the Mandalorian over there. You got the Mandalorian, the Disney contract. Why not? Would you want to put that in? I mean, if it's Endeavor and TKO, why would you not want to have that on your side? Wouldn't you want? Why would you not want to have that? You know, that's what I'm saying. It's just a matter of who's gonna be more enough, be like willing enough to just be like, you know what? Here's $5 million. There you go. It's yours. Get the here you are. Here's a bag. You get the bus. You get the private jet. It's all yours. Come to work. Show up to fucking work. Like that's just it. Because all of this anxiety of wondering where she's gonna go, or all of this like back and forth, the banter, the trolling, like yo, it's gotta stop. We don't care anymore. I'm this close to just saying like yo, Mercedes, we don't care. You clocking in or not? That's it. Yeah. Are you going to clock in? That's just all I want to know. When she's clocking in. When y'all tell me when she's clocking in, cool. That's when I'll be tuning in and watch her. Otherwise, you know, I mean, shit, she's still sitting here living her life. Like I'm tired of sitting here wondering where she's going. I'm tired.
But I think that's my thing is that I feel like, yes, as a wrestler, you have all of these days, you have all of these, you know, almost at appointments, all of these matches throughout the year. And when you've been doing it consistently and you have these times to just enjoy life. So I get your sentiment because I feel like that's a lot of people feel the same way. But I also believe that this isn't her. It's the dirt sheets. It's the podcasters. It's the interweb that is throwing all of these out there. That's making us talk about shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that it shouldn't be a point of conversation, but I believe that it's not necessarily the companies and her that's playing the game more than it is everybody else putting information out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's just the day and age that we've been in for so long now. So, Strike, Stretch, y'all got anything to say about it?
Honestly, wherever she lands, she lands. I mean, she's truthfully a gem in any women's division. I feel the WWE doesn't need her. I feel it's an additional piece. It's more of a peacock moment, you know, entendre if you want to, or what's the word? What's the word I could use? I ain't got a word for it right now. But basically WWE getting her back will just, you know, further embellish their women's division, further strengthen it. But I feel she is what she left to do is to make a mark everywhere and not just in one company. So I feel if she does sign to AEW, great. Hopefully your boss can actually do something with you in the division. Hopefully he can put you in the AEW Women's Championship hunt. If not, we can put you between both shows. We can put you on AEW stuff. We can put you on ROH stuff as well. Like, don't make it seem like AEW is just this grand brand and ROH isn't anything when you have a thriving champion down there. You should be able to have a talent that can do both. You understand what I mean? You should be able to have a talent. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we already spoke about how he's not utilizing certain people as he should.
Yeah.
Once again, this is also our opinion. We don't book shit. We don't pay for people. We don't pay for people's matches unless we sponsor. But yeah, I get what you're saying too, man.
Yeah, to me, it's just like, yes, you can go to AEW and make a mark, and you can be the hottest thing ever there. But to me, where are you going to be properly utilized? Where are you going to be properly respected? New Japan did the right thing. You came in, you did what you had to do. You had an amazing match, and you left. Perfect.
And here's the thing about that too. I don't even think it was the fact that she wanted to make a difference in every company. I think she definitely wanted to follow her dreams when it comes to Japan. Like I think
Mhm.
like that's obvious. We all knew
Yeah,
that.
she achieved it. She
No,
achieved
right.
it. But I
But
think,
I think at the end of the day, her home will still be the WWE. I think
oh
that's
no,
still the end factor. I think I think she's one of those wrestlers where I feel like I can't imagine her career ending anywhere else.
I think you know what the thing is again, and I think the beauty of it is with Mercedes is these opinions that everyone has about how she was dealt and how she was treated. These are just their opinions.
Right.
She's never vocally ever stated this or ever came out in an interview talking about it. Because even then, when she said it at one of those one of those anime or Comic-Con panels, she even said, "You're never gonna know because I'm never gonna tell
That
you."
was that was New York. That was this past New York Comic Con.
She even when she was giving, but even then when she gave when she was giving that autograph sign, that was another one. She gave that autograph sign and she was like,
Yeah,
"Did
yeah,
you
yeah.
ever, did you ever hear me come out and say anything? No. Are you gonna wait and see? Are you gonna actually go and buy my book and find out? Exactly. Don't worry about it. Just wait and see,
Right.
like a fan, and you'll be fine." And that was I think that was the nicest way of saying, "Yo, stop." I think that was like, to me, I interpreted it as that was her way of saying, "Stop speaking for me." I get
Yeah,
it. Yes,
exactly.
we all can see, like, yes, the way that she had
Sorry.
walked out. Yes, she was dealt a bad hand. So the way she walked out, she did stand up for herself and everything. She did what she felt it was right for her. But at the end of the day, at this point, she's already achieved her dreams. She's been achieving
Yeah.
her dreams. She's got to wrestle in Japan. Would it be okay for her to go back to Japan and still have a couple more matches? Absolutely. But at the same time, I think right now Mercedes in her lane, she's just looking for who's going to pay the most.
And
And
you
it's
know
okay,
what?
and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that.
And there are two shiny new titles that I think she might want to get her hands on. But with that being said, I'm gonna read these comments real quick and then Stretch, if you want to give your opinion. Moses said, "We don't mind her enjoying her life at all. We just need to know when she's actually clocking in.
Exactly.
Clickbait
When
is
is
a
she gonna clock
thing.
the
The
fuck in?
media, yeah, clickbait is a thing of media. The media doing their job. So I guess you can just say clock in. That's all.
Like I said, just
And
clock the fuck in.
wherever she goes, use the momentum to continue to leave a mark on the industry. Yeah, absolutely,
That's
Like
it.
absolutely.
she's already solidified. She's going to be solidified at the end of the day, all days, as the greatest women's wrestler ever. She's already like it's no
Ooh.
in this modern era. I think you could say that it's a good
I
argument.
think
It's
there's
a
an
great
argument
argument.
for yeah. I was gonna say I think there's an
Great
argument for
argument.
quite a few
I think she's up
women.
because I
Charlotte
could.
has to be up there.
I mean, that's obvious.
Well,
That's
all four
all
horsewomen,
four
I think
all
have
four
a
horsewomen
claim.
because yeah, we're not going to take away anything from Becky. We're not going to take away anything from Bailey because they're just as
Yeah.
important. But I think in the end, like, yes, you could put Sasha up there push Sasha up there with the Bull Nakanos, with the Alondra Blazes, with the Trish Stratuses, with the Oscars, Kana, with the EOs, with the Mayu Iwatamis. You put her up there with that elite class. You got to. It was just, but free agency for the women. This is a long time we've had a good free agency. So it's just like it feels like the
Yeah.
NBA. So you're like, yo, I don't. We would want it would be dope to see like Mercedes back in WWE. It'd be dope to see a Mercedes and Julia ended up being in WWE. So it'd be like, oh wow, so there's more opponents for her to face. It's just possibilities are endless. But whichever way she goes, just please clock the fuck in. Just clock in. That's all I wanted to do. Just clock in work. Like
Yeah,
we're tired. We're tired.
for sure. Stretch.
It's interesting that QS said, this is like the NBA as far as like free agency is concerned. This is like kind of like the LeBron James sweepstakes all over again, right?
Right.
Like whatever team gets this player will be instantly better immediately.
Yeah.
I see it like this. She's gonna go where the money is, and I mean that with no pun intended, of course. But this is
All
this
pun
is
intended. Stop
this
it.
is it's a job like anything else. She'll go where the money is.
Money.
She stands to make a lot of money wherever she goes. She's in the driver's
Right.
seat completely. And I got to tell you, I think, and I'm not saying this as a declaration of where she'll end up, but This is I think AEW needs her more than the WWE because she's the type of performer. She's a main event level talent as a woman.
Yeah.
You know, that will her signing will only boost the roster that I think is improving, but needs more screen time and needs more investment. She will be able to see somebody who can spark investment in that roster because we can talk about how good the women's wrestlers are in AEW. If nobody's paying attention to them, most of all the owner, it doesn't matter. This is somebody who screams attention. Like this is a big fish, obviously, right? This is the catch.
Would you agree? I know you said, what your statement that you just made about, watching the women wrestle. Would you say that there is maybe not a vast, but there is a major improvement even compared to last year or maybe the year prior when it comes to the AEW women's wrestling?
Oh, absolutely. I would say it's more of an improvement. They're focusing more on character development, character strength. Look where Tony Storm was at last year in comparison to now.
Yeah.
It goes to show you that little character development goes a long way. Tony Storm's a fantastic performer, but I've said this millions of times, to whether it be online or on this podcast or with friends, if everybody's a good wrestler, then nobody stands out.
Yep.
Right.
If you wrestle nicely, that's cool and everything. Don't get me wrong. I'll watch you. I'm a wrestling fan, but at the end of the day, if you want to be able to leapfrog or be noticed, you have to have some type of character development behind you. It's very minute. There's a very, very small list of wrestlers who can get by just on being a good wrestler.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to have something else that says, watch me.
Right? And sorry,
not everybody can be somebody like, I can't believe I'm using this example, but like Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit was not known for his character at all, right? Like he was known for being a very good technical wrestler, and he built his name and his reputation off of that. Somebody like Jerry Lynn is somebody who was a really good technical wrestler and built his name and built his reputation off that. Dean Malenko is another person, right? Built his name and built his reputation off of being a really good wrestler, right? But all the great ones have character development. This is Jericho. List goes on and on, right? Jericho, Kurt Angle, whoever you want to name, all of them have had great character development.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné has a character coming in. It's down pat. She's an amazing wrestler. She's going to elevate anybody who she gets in the ring with. She's going to put eyes on your product. AEW needs her. The WWE would just be boosting an already hot product if they signed her.
Right. Absolutely.
But it's really like, I don't know. It's a toss-up because, I think that the whole CM Punk fiasco has taught us once again, you can't always rely on dirt sheets. They don't always tell the whole story. I'm not saying that anybody out there is not reporting what their sources, quote unquote, give them, but you never know where somebody's going to end up. Nobody had CM Punk showing up in WWE on their bingo card last year. So, she could very well show up at the Royal Rumble. We don't know. She could very well show up at the next AEW event. She could show up at the New Japan event. She can show up in TNA. We don't. She
can show up literally anywhere. TNA got a brand new, beautiful title too.
That's right.
Side note. Yeah, I was just about to say real quick before we jump into our next topic, and give somebody a little solo. These new TNA titles are gorgeous.
Right.
Yeah.
There isn't one TNA title, the new ones that have debuted, that I've been disappointed with. And I think every title has something historic about it when it comes to its past title look lineage, which I enjoy very much so. Like, especially something like the X Division title. It literally has a piece of every single X Division title that has come out before it, which I can appreciate. But yeah, man, TNA has some beautiful titles out right now. I believe January 16th is Hard to Kill. Something like that.
Around the corner.
This weekend. Yeah, this weekend's Hard to Kill. So definitely be on the lookout for that, folks. I think there's going to be a lot of
Battle at the Valley or Battle in the Valley is also this weekend as well on Saturday.
Yes, sir. That's the New Japan event.
That's so be on the lookout for that too. Strong card. Oh,
it is a very strong card. Okada isn't this Okada Osprey again?
Correct.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
his.
So yeah, man, it just makes sense. So now with that being said, we are going to switch to a new segment that we call, and I'm gonna do a whole graphic, so be ready because that's gonna be dope. But we call this Quiet Storm's Thoughts, where Quiet Storm gets to tell you his thoughts. Yeah, we're gonna do that whole thing, that whole layout. So, sir,
Unfiltered.
yeah, listen, I got this covered.
Unfiltered, uncensored.
So, sir, floor is yours.
I had a little bit of epiphany. I said last year that this was going to be the last time, I was going to be looking out for folks. I was going to, stay to myself. I was going to be, focusing on me, new year, new me. That's what the whole thing is. And, there's been a running recurring theme about everybody always talking about, when you choose yourself, you're selfish. This is what I don't understand. How can you be? Everyone always wants to say that you're selfish. You're selfish because you decide to put yourself first. Is that not supposed to be the main thing you're supposed to do? Are you not supposed to water yourself first? You're supposed to make sure that you're okay, so that way you can be there for everybody else. Oh no! But when everybody else does it, when you have no one in your corner, it's a problem. But then when you decide to take initiative in your own hands, everybody has an issue. Fuck y'all. I ain't got nothing more for y'all for that. Just fuck y'all. Y'all want to call motherfuckers selfish? Cool. Selfish. Suck my dick. Don't nobody give a shit about y'all no more. Now, for the rest of you motherfucking fans, I think the weirdest shit about y'all is that y'all will come into these spaces. Y'all will make all of these weird little packs. I've seen it all on Twitter. Y'all make these little weird fucking blood packs or little fucking Luck and Chastity packs with each other, acting like y'all are all one band, one sound. When one person doesn't agree with your wrestling opinion, and y'all start to go all the way in and try to go into space and talk about people. Oh, I'm making fun of you guys. I'm just fucking trolling. You guys are really taking me serious. Yo, y'all really are still forgetting that y'all don't know any of these fucking wrestlers. Y'all are putting too much fucking thought into any of what these wrestlers do, into anything that these wrestlers say. You don't know them. They don't know you. You're not friends with them. Just because you were at the fucking show and you had a little picture with one of the wrestlers in time, they only see you as a fan. You're a fan. Stay in a fan's place. You're not a goddamn freaking best friend. You don't know these people. You're not living with them. You're not their roommates. You're not their man. You're not their woman. You're not their man. You're literally just a grown, overgrown, overweight fan. That is it. You don't know them. Y'all making too much. Y'all make stand pages. I don't know how fucking weird. It's weird to know that there are people who are 37, 38, almost up to the age of 45 with a Diva stand page sitting here making all these tweets targeting at anybody or at any other company because you're doing it for engagement for farming, and thinking that it's okay for y'all to be talking to these people online, not thinking that they will ever find you for disrespect. That is the fucking problem with y'all that y'all did for the past 2 years in this wrestling space. Y'all motherfuckers have not gotten punched in the face. Y'all haven't gotten hit yet. So for 2024, I'm just going to say this. Y'all have been sitting here. Y'all have been doing this for way too fucking long, and y'all gotten away with it. So going into the new year, and any of you at any of these wrestling conventions, whether it's a Jobber Slam, whether it's a Black Girl Magic, whether it's a battle in Brooklyn, whether it's a battle in the Bronx, whichever fucking one, if y'all are over here, trust and believe I screenshot everything. The Four Corners of Commentary screenshots everything. This isn't even a promo. This is just a warning. The Four Corners of Commentary literally screenshots everything that y'all have said. We already know what y'all say in y'all group chats. We already know what y'all say in y'all motherfucking private chats, or to you saying to someone because they go and tell us. All the energy that y'all have online, please have it in when you see us at these local wrestling conventions. As much as you're seeing the wrestlers over here, you seeing them wrestle, they're over here showing you art. Out here, That's all I gotta say. I'm not saying nothing more. But y'all have to learn. You're gonna learn your lessons. Y'all gonna learn your lessons, and it's gonna be by the time you learn, it's gonna be too late. And you're gonna get hit in the head with a Taylor Pole bottle, or you're gonna get slapped in the face. But you need to, because you have to learn to watch your mouths. That's all I got that's all I got for now.
Well,
Mm.
and there is one of not the first edition, but the first part, the first edition of 2024 of Storm Starts. And he ain't wrong
Well
either.
done, brother.
Let's call a spade. He ain't wrong. Stretch.
What you say fuck me for?
All right, let's get to the main the main event for
People waking
today.
up now. I would turn on the computer. And the computer say QS say fuck me. I say, what do you say fuck me for?
So with that being said, folks, in a few weeks is the Royal Rumble, one of the most exciting nights of wrestling across the world. I believe this is the WWE's third longest event, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct
But-
you are, sir. Yes.
Huh?
I said correct you are, sir. Yes.
Oh, thank you. So with that being said, there is a fatal four-way match for the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Championship, Universal Undisputed Heavyweight Championship, excuse me. And that match is between the champion, one of the longest reigning champions of all time, Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief. Make sure you acknowledge him. Secondly is AJ Styles, back in his what seems to be his lone wolf persona, from LA Knight, who's on an incredible hot streak, and the returning and WWE All-Stars shaped Randy Orton. And I mean that as a good thing. That man is jacked. So Stryker came up with the suggestion of let's fantasy book for the main event. What happened? What happened? What wait, let me take this down. What happened? What I missed?
Well, no.
I got another thing. It just slipped my mind.
Okay.
You need the spotlight again? Can't say it.
Eric Adams, why are you not giving us many answers on these fucking tunnels on these tunnels that y'all found about these Jews? Why are not coming out with any of those answers? Why do we have NYPD's, our so-called NYPD's finest, coming into synagogues, discovering tunnels that are leading all the way into Manhattan? Why is there beds and why is there bloody sheets and towels under those beds in those tunnels? Why is these answers not being given to us when it's supposed to? Why is everything going on with this Jeffrey Epstein list? Why did it all of a sudden y'all say y'all dropped the documents, but now all of a sudden y'all don't want to drop the list? See, these are the things that always cross my mind on a drunk night or on a high night. It just crosses my mind for no reason, but nobody else wants to talk about it because y'all afraid. But my whole thing is, where are the answers for this? I'm paying all these tax dollars to pretty much travel, go to and come to work from here in New York City, and y'all not using my tax dollars to give me the answers for these questions right here. But that's all I got. I'm sorry. I just wanted to put those questions out there.
You know,
Yeah, got
I
it.
think you should just start using your TikTok and your Instagram and start asking these questions.
I have a
That's a good-
TikTok. I have a TikTok,
Oh.
but it's just not.
You know what I'm saying? Let's figure it out. Oh no, you're right.
This is my platform. I feel like I need to just ask it on my platform.
No. So fantasy booking. So what happens after? Essentially, basically, we're just gonna. I didn't know if we were going to each pick one person and talk about the fantasy booking after, or
Good.
we're just going to run down the list. But except as essentially, it is what happens after so and so wins the Fatal 4-Way at the Royal Rumble. So the question is, and by what happens, we do mean like storyline. This is all leading towards WrestleMania. So who wants to start?
That guy right there.
I'll start. So I mean, I think the most interesting entry in this match, outside of the champion, of course, who I fully think is going to retain. Just want to throw that out there. I think it's Randy Orton. Randy Orton, I think, has the most storyline potential out of all four candidates in the match. You think about it, he's in a position where he can either remain a face or even fully turn heel.
Right.
Like, I would say, like, if they choose to go, for example, with Cody Rhodes 2 years in a row, that story writes itself. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Like, student versus teacher, right? Whole thing with legacy. There's a history there that you can't ignore. I would love to see that matchup down the line, especially for the championship, personally. I think that match is like screaming to be booked. LA Knight, I think, has a lot of potential and a lot of versatility, but I don't think it's his time yet. But I will say that you will see LA Knight as Mr. Money in the Bank next year. I think that's like a given. Like, I think that his potential lies where he's in a position where he can talk and he can be dangerous and cash in at any second. And that's going to happen at him as Mr. Money in the Bank. AJ Styles is interesting. Like, I don't, it depends really on, what direction they're going to have for him. I don't think that he'll eat the pin in the match. I think LA Knight is going to be the one that eats the pin. I think Roman's going to retain because they're obviously building towards Roman versus Rock. Now, if they do that in Elimination Chamber, you can keep the title on the line, no problem. But I fully think that Roman is going to lose at WrestleMania. Like, to who, I don't know. But I do think he will lose at WrestleMania. I would like to see him lose to Cody, but I can also see him losing to CM Punk. So, you never know. Well, not to CM Punk. I think they're going to go the Rollins route with CM Punk, obviously. I think he'll win the Rumble. But at the same token, I would love to see Cody Rhodes get back in title contention and focus on Roman Reigns. You know what I would like to see, what I would like to see get to that point? If they did the SmackDown Rumble over again. That would be great. If they had, like, okay, we got a Raw superstar that won the Rumble. We're going to take the 15 best talents in SmackDown. We're going to have our own Royal Rumble. And then, they duke it out and see who wins. I'd like to see Cody, win that match or whatever, if he's a SmackDown talent, however it works.
Well, my only thing about, I think, okay, so, you know what? Y'all want to go first, and then I'll just close out the show? Or it doesn't matter?
I think everybody can almost agree that Roman is going to win this Fatal 4-Way. It's more than obvious, no matter what. Granted, it's going to be a great Fatal 4-Way match, but Roman's going to win because Roman's their golden goose. They got to make their golden goose win until WrestleMania. Ultimately, I do agree with you, Stretch. He is going to lose. He's going to lose at Mania. That's when the Empire is going to fall. On a matter of who he's going to face, I agree. I still think it's going to be Cody. I still think it's going to be Cody versus Roman at Mania. And Rock, I still feel like Rock and Roman are going to go at it at Elimination Chamber. I get where everybody wants to say that Rock versus Roman is a Mania masterpiece. It's a Mania match. You can't toss that up. You can't. But at the same time, you guys have been doing so well, keeping the trust of the fan, getting the trust back in the WWE universe. The product is white hot right now. You can have to say that you can't have Roman versus Rock at Elimination Chamber in Australia is it's crazy, especially if I feel like if Rock versus Roman was announced to be a thing, they would have to open up the entire stadium. Like it's already 45,000 tickets already sold. It's going to go up to 70. It has to, because it's like you have The Rock. The Rock is literally the Rock could also stamp his foot, his brand into Australia now as well. It's a good business practice for him because, you know, that's one thing about Dwayne. He's only going to come back. He's going to do this when it just benefits his brand. So why not do it over there? Why not do it? And it's not to say that Rock won't still be a part of WrestleMania, because he also could be there and basically cost Roman the title. It could go hand in hand. I still do. That's what I do believe. I feel like it's going to be Rock versus Roman at Elimination Chamber. I feel like Cody's going to end up winning the Elimination Chamber there to go face Roman at Mania. I do believe that Punk is going to be the one that wins the Royal Rumble, and he's just going to go after Seth. It's where the rest of the people in the Fatal 4-Way go. I feel LA Knight is probably going to end up winning the U.S. title. Could end up winning the U.S. title against Logan. I feel that Randy is going to pretty much go and probably still somehow be on card, but probably take out the rest of the bloodline. Mm-hmm. And AJ, it's a toss up. I don't know what they're going to do with AJ. I don't know where they would go with AJ, because again, he is leaning towards a heel. It's kind of a face, kind of a heel, kind of in his anti-hero mode. You just don't know where he's going to go next with this. It's anybody's game. It's a toss up. I don't really have much else to go and say what's going to lead up to Mania. I don't know.
Yeah. Strike.
I'll be right back, but I'll give a quick thought when I come back.
I got you. All right. So for me, yes, I agree. Roman's going to win, but I had to look something up while you guys were speaking. Okay, so let me break it down, right? If it's Randy, I agree. Randy, Cody writes itself. That is a decade long, if not longer, story, you know, just going from there. LA Knight would be a shock. I think same thing with AJ Styles, because mainly because they're unexpected, right? If LA Knight was to win the championship, it's like, how do you run with that? Okay, you know, same thing. Do you have the Elimination Chamber person be the one to face them? Do you have, you know, the Royal Rumble winner go to face them? Whatever the case may be. Same thing with AJ Styles, right? Because they're not going to pull AJ Styles, Carl Anderson at WrestleMania, even though that would be an amazing match. Don't get it twisted. But this is the thing about Roman. Because once again, this conversation is supposed to be about what storyline. It's just really difficult to go up based off a story, because with two of them, it really is just I have no idea what they would do unless they face each other, which would be LA Knight and AJ Styles, which I can see. Roman right now is over 1,200 days.
Mm-hmm.
Bruno Sammartino is at 1,237, which means Roman is definitely going to retain at the Rumble. My only thing is simply this, and I would have to add up the days to see what it lands on. Hulk Hogan is at 1,474.
September.
I don't think that's SummerSlam.
Night of
I
Champions,
think that
most likely.
So if that's, because essentially between the two, it's 150,
130 days, give or take.
Yeah. 130 something days, 133 days or something like that.
Right.
So that means Roman will hold it past SummerSlam. For him, yeah.
Wait, he's at 1,200 right now?
Yeah.
No, so that would be 4
No,
months.
it's around SummerSlam. Well, we just got to do the math. I got to actually do the math.
Okay. Because he was at 1,000. When was he at 1,000? Because I could do the quick math.
I don't freaking know.
Was it Survivor Series?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me look.
But a lot of people are saying by September would be when he would break Hogan.
By September.
Yeah, that's what some people were saying. By September, he would break Hogan's.
Yeah, so then he would have to. Then this is what I would do. All honesty, I still think The Rock should face him outside of WrestleMania. But Cody, if that's the case, and they want Cody to be the champ, and they want Roman to be third of all time,
Mhm.
then Cody's story is going to have to wait to the far end of the year.
No,
and-
he's at 12:29, so he's gonna pass Hogan literally within a couple weeks.
He's at 12:29.
He's at 12:29 currently. yeah.
Hogan is at
12:30.
14:74.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking about Bruno's first.
No, he's no, yeah, he's definitely going to pass Bruno. That's not a question. The question is him being third of all time.
Which
Because
Bruno?
essentially, Bruno's
Which
first
Bruno?
reign.
Okay, 'cause he's not getting anywhere. I don't think anybody's getting there that first.
No,
right?
nobody's beating that.
No, not his first. Is that his first or his second? Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
It was a second reign, the 1,000-something days.
Yeah,
I think it was.
yeah. So, yeah, he's not touching. He's not even touching Backlund's. Backlund's is 21 something.
No,
Yeah,
Hey,
nobody's touching those
nobody's
two, right?
touching.
So-
Nobody's touching Bob Backlund or Bruno's first reign. Like nobody's. doing
Yeah, so and once again, this is where it lies, right? It essentially goes, all right, who's going to be third of all time? Because that's where it goes. It goes to Hogan. Hogan is visibly possible. Knock on
Right.
wood, hopefully everything's good with Roman with his health and family and things like that. Hogan is the measuring stick at this point. Because Bruno and Backlund's runs are so much more further ahead. So
He would
I
lose
think
it at. He would have to lose it at Survivor Series.
hold on. Can we? Here's the thing, and I agree, right? If you're gonna do any of them, use one of the big fours, maybe
Right.
5 if you include Money in the Bank. But, and I want to get this point across to fans who are watching or listening. Not everything needs to happen at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
WrestleMania is the largest show they have. Yes, it is the most important show that they have, but not all storylines have to end at WrestleMania. Like it doesn't have to happen. Period. There's been enough times where we've seen wrestlers lose when there was a fire storyline or they've had it for a long time, whatever the case may be, and they lost at an Armageddon. They lost at a Backlash. They lost at a Great Balls of Fire. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody lost the title during that pay-per-view. But it doesn't have to happen at WrestleMania. I just want to make sure that gets across. But Strike, close us out with your opinion.
Okay, so how would I book each of these winners? If Randy wins, I think it's a matter of who's taking it off of him. I think Cody's obviously Cody fits well into all of these scenarios, by the way. I think Cody versus Randy for the belts would be amazing. You don't need to have Roman versus Rock with the title on it. So either which way, Cody winning the belt is my foreseeable future because it makes sense. You need somebody who is willing and capable throughout injury, throughout, whatever happens. And Cody's shown that in spades already in his short amount of time in his return that he's willing to do the work. He's willing to be the face. He's willing to do what he has to do. The media, the finishing his story in a sense. Doesn't matter who he works with necessarily, but He's shown that he can work with anybody. He can do any bit of anything. He can close out your press conference. He can be the first guy opening the show. He's shown every bit of who he can be. So I think you finish a story with Randy Orton. Wonderful. He's winning a championship. He is in his Master and Apprentice storyline where he finally beats the Master. He may finally have learned some tricks and use some tricks against Randy that we may never have, seen of him as a baby face. But I think that's the upward trajectory of Randy having the belt. Him having matches with new people, him having matches with old people, reigniting off feuds, and just spark that road to WrestleMania. Um, for LA Knight, if LA Knight was to win the championship, I don't think you'll have a long reign, but it'll definitely be, I want to say, like Kofi Kingston esque in the sense of, the guy we wanted to win, no matter, how many times he got screwed over by the bloodline. He's finally, got ahead of them in the short amount of time. He was the highest selling, the highest t-shirt seller for a while. And then, CM Punk came back, and then we had all these other things. He can prove that, the WWE Championship is still the main title to go after. He can also be a workhorse champion as well, so he can add a different little culture to that. But I can see him holding it at least till WrestleMania. The question is, who is his opponent? Would it still be Cody? Could it be CM Punk? Could it be someone random that we never fucking thought of? Anything can happen at that point. But that's LA Knight. AJ Styles, sky's the limit. I think, hey, I'm back on my BS. I'm back to whom I was I would say at my greatest point, in terms of character, in terms of physicality, in terms of, just showing the badass that he is. And he's done it throughout all his career, but I've obviously loved the Lone Wolf character. So I feel he can be the badass heel where he can, regain his footing. He can use the championship as, his way to get his traction back, show everybody that he didn't lose the steps since his surgery. And also, it just gives him the time to break his rust. So even if you give him somebody, whack just to deal with. So, for example, I hate to bring up AEW, but to have someone like Hook versus Samoa Joe at the moment. I'm not saying Hook's bad, but I'm not saying Hook is, oh my God, he's going to be a fucking amazing opponent for Joe, regardless of the history.
Hold on, time out. He actually can be an amazing opponent. He's still learning. And
but that's my point.
But the history is important because there is history. He's probably actually known Hook since he was a kid.
No, I know the history. I'm saying in terms of comparison of actual ring work, he's not on Samoa Joe's level in terms of.
But that's obvious. That's like Dom getting in the ring with Seth. I get you.
But that can be like Dom getting in the ring with AJ Styles. Like, this is what I'm saying. You can have that type of match. Be pretty good. You can actually have that type of match. You can bring somebody who is inexperienced and bring them to AJ Styles. Shit, we had him in Ellsworth at a time in the past. So you can bring somebody who's coming up, whether it's somebody they just picked up from NXT, or it can be just someone who's been on the lower end of the card, and start a little bit of that SmackDown Live type of stuff where you're challenging the champion. But the champion is not as huge as Roman Reigns, but he's on the same technical level as Roman Reigns, if not better. And he can actually sell as well as, beat the shit out of the person that he's facing. So we can see him build these people as they're going along. I feel Roman's done it in a way, but I think AJ is probably the best one in terms of style, in terms
Him and
of
Randy,
action.
I think.
Yeah,
they're
I
equal.
say more so I wouldn't put too much pressure on Randy just because of what he just came back from, but I think AJ's a perfect person to throw the new talent at, and he can actually, prove that basically it's not going to be a power struggle. It's not
Yeah.
going to be a power struggle. Like AJ can either completely decimate him or he can completely sell for them, and it will be amazing either which way.
No,
And then
absolutely.
my bad. Now for
Oh, and
Roman,
Roman.
obviously we know Roman's story. He's gonna hit the reign. He's gonna hit the third person to the third longest reign. We know he's gonna hit that. But honestly, I don't know how much more you can book the bloodline. They can try to do whatever they can. You're adding The Rock finally into the fold, hopefully. But if The Rock's not completely involved or The Rock's not having a match with him, I don't really know what you do in between that time to get him to WrestleMania.
They don't really need him to do anything. All they need him to do is show up. All they really need Roman to do is show up and push the storyline. That's it. And plus, with him not being there, you got the other members of the bloodline.
Yeah,
So
but
you know
that's
what I
the thing. It's
mean?
like
So it works.
how much more can you fall back on just Jimmy and Solo at this point?
A lot.
It's
And I only say a lot because of the position that they're putting Solo in.
well, yeah, you're gonna big up Solo to be the next tribal chief. We get it. And that's Roman's hand selected tribal chief.
Yeah.
We still have that wrinkle of Jay on another show, making his own name, as a solo act. But I'm just saying at the moment, there's not too many wrinkles you can add to this story. The Rock, I think, is the biggest wrinkle that we've been waiting to unfold, and I think that's the perfect choice at the moment. So I really do hope that goes through.
For sure. Well, with that being said, gents, let's do what we do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you already know where to follow me. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Forever Thieving. Again, you already know. It's always appreciate y'all tuning in with us. Leave some feedback if you can. It is what it is. Just leave your feedback. Let us know how we did. Just how to do it. That's it.
Do
Well,
what
you
it
see
do,
all
do
my
what it is.
see all my information down there. My Instagram, Jador Sapio, and my Twitter is that stretch. I turned on the computer this morning. I turned on CQS talking shit. What you say fuck me for? Like I was just trying to kill me on the computer, man. But he said, what you say fuck me for?
Also, just so you know, his Twitter handle is that stretch.
That's what I said.
So
As
nope,
a question, yeah.
you just said at stretch. You gotta.
That is that stretch.
You gotta.
Is-
you gotta put the infliction.
That is that stretch. But what do you say fuck me for?
Well, it's me. It's Striker Dragoon. Once again, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all the same. YouTube at Striker Dragoon 131. The Dragoon Haven is back for 2024. I have been recently streaming the PS Plus games for the month of January. From here on out, every first week of the month, I will be streaming PS Plus games just to showcase them, showcase what may be a hidden gem or what may be something that I didn't want to buy that I finally get to play. I think that's cool for everybody to see. But for sure, I will be playing some Tekken this weekend. I will be playing some Grand Blue Relink since the demo's dropping, and a couple other demos have been dropping apparently for the weekend. Also, I'll be watching some Tekken finals. So if you want to, see what I'm doing, just find me on Twitter.
Oh, I couldn't find mine for a second because we're doing it remote. You can follow me at Mr. Marvel 87, both on Instagram, Twitter. I keep saying both, like I'm not on TikTok also, and on TikTok. Make sure to follow A Different Angle, the mental health podcast, with my partner Rodney Harris and I on Instagram and Twitter at 88pod 2023. Also, you can make sure to please make sure to go check out Two Laughing Hearts podcast featuring Tiff and Gabby. They are on Spotify. Just literally minutes ago, jumped on Apple Podcasts, and I believe a different one that I'm blanking out on. Also, side note to anybody who wants to know, apparently Google Podcasts is ending soon. Just found that out. Literally, fresh hot take. So we'll let y'all know when that happens, when we're no longer, or when Google Podcasts is no longer a thing. But with that being said, make sure you follow the Four Corners of Commentary on YouTube, at the Council of Commentary, on X, formerly known as Twitter, at CO Commentary, and TikTok at Council of Commentary. Also, make sure you follow the CDB network that we are proudly a part of on all your streaming platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Well, Google Podcasts isn't really going to be a thing, but we are on iHeartRadio and a whole bunch of other podcast places. Make sure you also listen to not only us, the Four Corners of Commentary, not only a different angle, but you can listen to Shogun Soccer, Aim High Podcast, Dre Lax Podcast, Susio Boys Podcast, Susio Sports Podcast, and a whole bunch more. We're Pod Row over here. That's the nickname that people got out here for us. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate everything. We appreciate every comment. We appreciate every like, every follow, any conversation you have with us off air. We really, really do. Really do appreciate it.
Really?
With that being said, really. With that being said, I'm K Marvel, Striker, Stretch, QS. We are your Four Corners of Commentary, and we out. Peace.
I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got it. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough time. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll still be winning. I live